but you're gonna tell me your experience. But I think that Guatemala is a good place to visit.
I think it's a great place to visit. The people here are extremely friendly.
Mm-hmm.
They help. I knew no Spanish when I came here. None. Well, my Spanish, as she will tell you, my maestra, it
Mm-hmm.
was, I had a lot of bad habits. Pero a lot of these people here will help. And plus, the people are very, very kind. Very kind. Prices are low. People are kind. It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
There are things about Guatemala that I think could change. I've talked to Ramon about this, and but this place is beautiful. The place is beautiful, and the weather is incredible. So it's been so far. It's been a great experience. I'm ready to go home. I've been working my, you know, I've been working my things off here.
Okay.
Yeah, and I've been here a month and learned a
Mhm.
lot, and now I'm ready to go back home.
It's your first time here, Daniel?
First time in Guatemala. First time in Central America. I've been into Mexico City is probably the furthest south I've been prior to Guatemala,
Mm-hmm.
and this place it's got tremendous potential and it's got just tremendous beauty. There's a lot of beautiful stuff here. Yes,
Nice.
I like it. And the birds, there's a ton of birds. It's a migratory corridor.
Yeah.
And as a result, you get all these birds that are coming, some that I recognize from the United States and some, of course, that I don't. But
Yeah.
yeah,
So
beautiful
yeah,
place.
they come from United States, maybe.
They come from the United States. They come from South America, and they pass through this area. It's a
Yeah.
corridor. It's a migratory corridor.
Yeah.
So
I think that we have this lucky,
yeah.
if I can say that,
Mm-hmm.
because Guatemala has this weather all the year. I mean, we have two seasons, that is winter and summer, but the difference between summer and winter is that in winter we just have a little rain in the afternoons. So at the mornings is the same weather, so it's nice. So I think there is the reason that a lot of people from any part of the world comes to Guatemala, and also birds, for example, or any other kind of animal, come here because there is a lot of life about water, for example, about the weather, about food like fruits or
Ah,
vegetables.
yeah. Fruits. Everything is fresh. A
Yeah.
lot of fruit. The Mercado Central, great place to go get food. It's
Yeah,
all
and
fresh.
I always ask to the people if they notice some difference between eating the food from United States, for example, a mango or an orange, than Guatemala. Do you feel some difference, or is the same for you?
Well, you asked me about a fruit that I grew up around, oranges. So
Okay.
I grew up in the Central Valley of California. There's tons of oranges, and the oranges here are a particular type. They're a um, I can't remember what they're called at this point in time. But anyway, they're not a navel. They're the other ones that they make juice out of, and they're great here. They're really good. Mangoes. There's a lot of different types of mangoes. We grow them in Florida, so we get them pretty fresh there. But you guys have specific types here. Do I tell the difference? No, not really. In California, we are very lucky to have great fruits and vegetables. They're fresh.
Mm-hmm.
And so as a result, it's hard to compare those two particular fruits.
Mm-hmm.
If you were to compare other things, we've got sapote. We don't get sapote.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Jocote, we don't get jocote.
Exactly.
So there's things here that we don't get in California that is
Yeah.
unique and
And
tastes
what
good.
what do you do in California, Daniel?
Well, I am a musician and I also do construction.
Okay.
So
A musician, like, do you play a
I,
guitar, for example?
I play piano.
Play piano.
Hmm.
Okay. Nice.
Played piano for years and years.
But this is like a hobby, or
I
just
did it for years as a full time job.
okay.
Yeah, and
Nice.
then I stopped and started teaching, and I retired from teaching, and now I just do construction and I just play music.
Nice. Teaching what?
I used to teach geomorphology, geophysics,
Oh, nice.
biology, earth sciences,
Uh,
basic physics and chemistry.
yeah, at high school or
High
where?
school and
High,
college.
high school and college.
Yeah,
Ah, nice. And how's your experience there?
good.
Good?
I don't want to do it again, but it was good.
Okay.
It's a good thing to
Yeah.
retire from. Um, I love teaching. I taught
Yeah.
here for a little bit, those kids and stuff.
Yeah.
But I love teaching, but I don't like doing it every day.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
I get tired of that. At college, it was a little bit different because college you have students that want to be there, older students and more mature. I taught high school straight for 25 years, at college for 20 years part time.
Yeah. Yeah. I suppose it's different between the high school because the age of high school is so different than college. Yeah.
Sometimes you want to clip a boy. Come on, come outside.
I know. And more than if you teach chemistry, for example,
Oh,
or numbers, it's a
oh,
little bit
oh yeah.
difficult.
They
That
fade quickly. Uh,
yeah, I know. Okay, nice. So I want to switch to talk about your experience learning the language. I mean, you're a teacher,
mm-hmm.
and you know that most of the schools has a classroom with different students. But what do you think about your experience learning one-on-one, one teacher, one student?
I had a great teacher.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I have a teacher that has a lot of depth of knowledge, and that's Veronica, of course. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of depth of knowledge, and so she can explain things. And it's nice to be able to sit and talk, and things come up in just normal conversation, and you write these words down, and you start revisiting those things. So it's that's very very positive. Some of the only negative I could say would be that there's you guys, you're Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
There's too many damn words. You got too many words. You got too many. You got too many vowels. You got too many. I shouldn't say vowels. You have too many verbs.
Yeah,
You know,
verbs.
too many verbs. English, it's simple.
Yeah.
I think that's a bit
Yeah,
biased.
I know that. For example, the grammar, there is more rules
Oh, it's
in Spanish
ridiculous.
than
It's ridiculous.
than English.
Yeah.
But you,
The way that we've learned it, that you guys have presented it to us, I imagine you teach, you all pretty much are on the same page how you teach. It's a good way to do it. It's
Yeah.
very casual, and you get to absorb.
yeah.
And I make a lot of the same errors every day, and she corrects me every day. I have a bad memory,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Yeah.
it's been good. I have a great base knowledge right now.
Yeah.
So I
But
really,
but I think that is very helpful if you stay with a homestay family, right? I
Oh,
mean,
yeah, yeah.
to practice your Spanish and also
Absolutely.
to share the culture.
well, I requested specifically when I talked to Ramon, I requested specifically a family that had kids
Okay.
because I miss my children and I miss my grandchildren. And so as a result, he hooked me up with and he can do this. It's kind of that's you can kind of choose within limits. You can choose what kind of families that you would like to have.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming because he gave me what I needed so I wouldn't miss my family at home so much. Hell, I'm
Mm-hmm.
3,000 miles from home.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, my host family's been wonderful because they speak Spanish all the time, and also have some English, and so they can correct what the problems are. Is it still going?
Yes. Yes.
All right.
Yeah. Still going.
So the
Nice.
host family's been wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a good experience.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Play
Great.
some basketball and mess around, play cards, do whatever. Yeah, been
Nice.
wonderful.
Great to know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you talk about the Spanish is the hardest language to learn, but I know. But I just read like 2 weeks ago a great article on the internet about why Spanish is a very difficult language to learn, and they say, and that article says that, for example, in the Arabic languages, they just have uh, a small vocabulary. They has just three tense like present, past, and future. But the study says that the languages are very small languages have more words. because you can express what you really want to say. Like in Spanish, for example. In Spanish, you have a lot of words to use, a lot of verbs to use, and this is the reason that in Latin America, supposed to, uh, don't there is not more wars or there is not more conflict because the people really can find the words to express what they really feel, for example.
I was telling Veronica this, that I think that the Spanish, because of all the words, the more words you have in a language, the more vowels, the more nouns, adjectives, whatever, that you have in a language, the more that you can finesse meaning. And
Hmm.
finesse meaning in English means that you can shade. You
Hmm.
can shade what you want to say. And I, I'm not at that point yet. I'm still dragging my knuckles like a Neanderthal,
Hmm.
but that potential is there.
Yeah.
And I think it's a beautiful language. That's why I
Yeah.
wanted to learn. I have friends of mine that are Spanish speakers. They speak English too as well, but on the construction sites, a lot of them are Spanish speakers.
Exactly.
And I love the language. I've always loved the language, and I've never learned another language
Hmm.
besides English. And so this was it's like testing the depth of a pool with both feet.
Hmm.
You just get inundated and prostrate yourself to the experience. And so
Yeah.
it's been difficult. It's been humbling, but overall, it's been growth
Yeah.
and good.
Nice.
Yeah.
And how 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 was your experience here? I mean, because usually when you want to learn a language, you go to a traditional classroom, but your classroom here it's near to the lake, in a nice place, in a nice atmosphere, right?
You have a lot of. I have
Mm-hmm.
a lot of distractions
Okay.
because it's out there. But those distractions become words and descriptions.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So we talked about the lake and it has risen up and it's gone down, and then you deal with the verbs dealing with those particular situations, and
Yeah.
it's a
Nice.
it's a good experience, and it's different than a regular classroom. Would
Yeah.
I rather have a regular classroom now?
Mm-hmm.
One on one,
Mm-hmm.
you can't get much better than that,
Yeah.
unless she stays with me 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
It could get better.
Yeah.
Shh, don't tell her.
Yeah. And yeah, I have another question. I mean, this I'm gonna ask you some question that people send me that questions about Guatemala. This question is from people who never came to Guatemala. And the first one is, how do you feel Guatemala is expensive or cheap?
It's cheap. It's cheap. Um, Compared to Estados Unidos,
Mm-hmm.
very, very inexpensive.
Yeah. And
Um,
and sometimes when people think that it's cheap, is that like bad quality, you know?
oh
But
no, it's fresh. It's fresh.
okay.
It's inexpensive.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing that people outside that are concerned with, which is going to be one of your questions that you probably should ask if you don't have it on your list, is it safe?
Exactly.
It is safe. Yeah. There's no in this particular place. That's
Yeah.
all I know.
Yeah.
In this particular place, it's
Safe.
safe.
Yeah, you can walk at night on the
Yeah.
streets and.
I was walking at night last night,
Mm-hmm.
completely pitch dark because the power was out. Right?
Yeah.
Stars were great.
Uh-huh.
It was. I was walking by Braille. You know what Braille is?
No. What is
Braille
that?
is how blind people feel and they read.
Uh-huh.
So blind,
Ah, okay, 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 okay. Blind, yeah. Ciego.
yeah, blind, and so I was walking that way.
Yeah.
So I could kind of see where I was going, but not really. But
Yeah.
beautiful.
But yeah, this has just happened yesterday, right?
Yes.
The other nights there
Oh
is
no,
electricity.
I don't want to make it sound like this place they have brownouts and blackouts all the time, ladies and gentlemen. No, it's not like that at
Yeah.
all. No, it goes out every once in a while, high winds and so forth. Not that much different than places in other places. Power
Yeah.
goes out once in a while.
Exactly. And yeah, the next one is you are sure about security, so you feel security is
Oh,
secure here.
I don't have any problems. I don't feel the crime rate here is non-existent.
Yeah.
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 So,
You-
do you know that? Do
Uh,
you know if the crime rate is non-existent?
here in San Pedro or where?
San Pedro.
Yeah, no. And I went to, I mean, before COVID, I traveled to Asia, Europe, and United States to promote Guatemala as a destination. And one of the biggest question of the people is, okay, I would like to go to Guatemala, but I saw the news yesterday, and in the news there is this problem, and this problem.
Possibly in Guatemala City.
Exactly.
Yeah. Not
Exactly.
San Pedro. Not in these small towns.
Yeah.
People are. There's a very, very cohesive. This is mainly Mayan.
Hmm.
Hey, quiet back there. Quiet. Uh, in this city, it's mainly Mayan,
Hmm.
and it's Sutujil Mayan, and as a result, these people all know each other.
Yeah.
And it's a small town in that sense where if you have a small town, everybody knows each other. Nobody screws up really.
Yeah.
You know, everybody they take care of their own. So, no, I feel this place is, you know,
It's safe.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And yeah, okay, the next one is, which kind of activities do you recommend to do here?
Depends on your age.
Okay.
For me, I walked around this whole city and it's beautiful. There's all this stuff that you can go out and do zip lines. You can take kayaks and go out on the lake. You can go hike the volcanoes. All that stuff is very, very cool. And so you have a lot of different choices where
Mhm.
you can do activities depending on your level of fitness
Mhm.
and depending on your level of interest.
Exactly.
So there's a lot of different things for a lot of different ages. And,
Okay.
You know, I didn't have any problems. I was never bored. Let's put it that way.
Nice to know that. So the last one, can you just to finish, can you say any advice or any recommendation to people who wants to come to Guatemala?
Well, come here. If you come here to Guatemala, you talking about Guatemala or this school?
This school is
Okay.
whatever. Yeah.
Well, I came here specifically to learn Spanish, right?
Mhm.
So that was my goal. Not to come down here and watch birds, not to do anything else, just to come down and learn Spanish. So Guatemala, beautiful, beautiful country, nice people.
Yeah.
I would recommend it to anybody. It's beautiful. I haven't been all around, but I'd like to go to the north, to Pitan.
Okay.
Yeah, but
the-
anyway,
To the big forest.
yeah,
Yeah.
Bosque.
Bosque. Yeah.
But if you are coming down here and want to learn Spanish in a week, you
Hmm.
better be really, really brilliant, or you have base knowledge, or you have some kind of gift.
Yeah.
Because you won't learn it in a week, but you'll get a lot out of it in a week.
Mhm.
I've been here for a month, and I've got
Mhm.
great base knowledge now, but I still have a lot to work on.
Nice.
I've never had a different language. So,
Yeah.
would I recommend coming to Guatemala? Absolutely. Beautiful place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the last one, how was your experience at San Pedro Spanish School?
Great. Ramon, you,
What else?
not Andrea, not Andrea.
Not Andrea, but Veronica.
Yeah. But Veronica, it's perfecto.
Okay, nice. Thank you very much, Daniel. I
You're
really
welcome.
enjoyed this conversation, and yeah, I hope to see you soon in the near future.
I hope to as well.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, that was worth 4,000 quetzales.
Yeah.
You too.